Well, the fun thing about doing a live show is that when you can't see the other person's camera, and I actually did this, and I realized that I did this, was counting down with the clock, and I said, five, I said it out loud, five, four, and then I did the thing that I always do in our studio, where I put my hand up, and it's three, two, one, but you don't say it, you just go,
No, yeah.
and then I pointed, and I went, oh, Maeve can't see me, so...
No, I can't. It's sad.
Maeve, welcome
I'm
into the
sorry to
Ultra
leave
Live
you
show
hanging.
today.
Thanks so much for having me, Andy.
Hey, you're so welcome. And by having me, she just means we're aggregating this all on my computer right now. How's your Friday been so far?
It's been good. I'm excited for the weekend. I'm like trying to think like what I'm gonna do. I honestly hope it's a whole lot of nothing.
The world is your lazy oyster. That's what it is.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Exactly.
It's fun. Maeve has actually taken on a different. Can you explain your new role, like your dual role within Ultra Live right now?
Yeah, so I'm right now kind of entering a junior project management role. So I'm helping with tickets and knowing which features need to come out and working with developers. So trying to figure out, okay, what do Alter Live users need to have the best Alter Live experience? And so we help make those new features. And I'm in charge of kind of writing the how-to manual of, okay, what this feature needs to look like, which buttons go where, so the developers know what to do.
And that's like, is it frustrating or is it good? Like, how, are you liking it so far?
It's definitely a learning curve, but it's good.
Definitely a learning curve. I think that
Yes.
goes, and on top of that, you're also doing content creation for us as well.
Yes, I am. That's a
How
lot of fun.
how
That's
are you able to sort of, because like that's a very like left brain, right brain sort of split. How are you able to do that?
I don't know, honestly.
I'm just so talented that I can just do it.
No, no, it's more like, okay, we have, a couple minutes during the day to actually figure out what the heck is going on, but
Fair enough. Okay.
it's good. It's good.
Awesome. As we were also sitting down getting ready, I put on my Tampa Bay Lightning hat because I've turned into a hat guy over the last probably 6 months or so. I didn't used to be, and then I don't know, something changed, and actually, you know what changed? I cut my head while shaving because I am bald,
Oh
and
no,
so I cut my
yes.
head while shaving before church one day, and I was like, you know what? I got like 15 hats. I'm just gonna put a hat on, and so I put the hat on,
There we
and
go.
I've been a hat guy ever since. So I was putting my Tampa Bay Lightning hat on, and I wanted to kind of ask you and ask the audience here, like top three hockey teams, go.
Um, here's the thing.
Oh no, don't do this.
I probably know one hockey team, and that's the Flyers because I'm from around Philly. So that's like the only thing I know. I'm sorry to disappoint
I'm
everyone, but
so sorry.
sports is just not my it's just not my strength.
You know what? Jesus still loves you, but man, get a hockey team. You guys live up you live up near Boston. You don't know like the Bruins or
I mean, yeah, I know of them. Could I remember that they exist? And, if someone hadn't just said their name? No, like
fair enough.
no.
Fair enough. Okay, fair enough. That's awesome. We actually just got CRM, which I think is funny, customer relations management. Let me move that down a little bit. Ecamm article was great, Maeve. Good job. You're getting shout outs.
Thank
Look at
you
that.
so much.
Number one
Wow.
fan, CRM, rocking in from New Hampshire. Thanks for joining us here on the Ultra Live show as well. We do have a lot to get to, but before we do that, for those that have not joined here before in the many, many episodes that we have, aka one, Ultra Live itself is an online church platform, and it's designed for faith communities to stream and host events, to really have engaging events and services with our platform. It kind of gets us past sort of the just normal chat thing and really allows you to engage by doing what we're doing right now, sitting on video. It allows us to kind of freely get together in watch parties and socialize and talk and move into rooms and move into events and move into meetings and do all of these things within one roof. We are or roof, as I was trained to say when I was born in Michigan. the everything here is, we're a total Zoom replacement. We're also kind of a so I spent the last 2 days at a conference with our CEO Stephanie, and I did probably, I want to say 20, maybe 15, maybe 20 different like demos for potential people that are going to be using the platform. And the thing I kept saying was, it's like Facebook Live and Church Online platform and Zoom got together and had a baby, and that's we are what came out. And we're way better than all of those. So if I can say so myself. And the Ultra Live show, you obviously get to interact with us, lovely people, myself and Maeve. Good smile there. That was really nice.
Oh,
But
thanks.
we get a chance to kind of walk through the platform with you and kind of delve into some of the questions and things that we are seeing popping up with the community, and really kind of help you to create the best, most engaging experience possible. And we kind of want to walk you through some tips and tricks as well. So Maeve, actually, I'm going to kind of turn it over to you. Today we're talking about rooms and how to use them.
Yes. Rooms. So we talked last week about tables and rows and events and all that good stuff. And I remember, last time I teased rooms.
Yeah.
And let's go into an event.
We are here. We are in an
We
event
are
right
in
now.
the
Look,
event.
I can go live into a chair and you can see me
Yep,
from my
I will.
little webcam mic over there. Hello, webcam. You can see my dirty
Hello.
office. There it is. That's great, right? You can
So
see
I'm gonna
my
sit.
my sweet Darth Vader coffee mug as well.
Oh,
Hello.
wow, that is
It's pretty
something
dope, right?
else.
Yeah.
Wow, I love that.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. So we're in the event. It's similar to what we talked about last week, but just be patient. We're going to get to rooms. So when the host moves us into the lobby, Andy, will you do that for
I'm
us?
doing that right now. It's going to take 10 seconds and we are moving
Oh,
right now.
yes, the lovely counter.
Our favorite. Yeah,
Da-na-na-na-na-na.
this was a sticking point during all of the demos as well. Like, oh, we got 10 seconds. Let me tell you a little bit more, and then boom. And I was trying to like, hey, look over here. Hey, look over here. Okay, now we're live.
Okay, so we're in tables, which we've talked about. And
Yep.
with tables, there are only 4 seats, which is nice if you want, a private meeting or even a welcome table with only a few people invited. But how can we make the lobby bigger, more accessible? What about classrooms? What about places to gather? This is where rooms come in. And here we have these lovely rooms where you can name them, which is awesome. And you can go into the rooms. But before we go into the rooms, let's talk about, okay, what's the difference between rooms and tables?
Hmm.
So the tables, as we said before, we can have only up to 4 participants, which is great if you want, an intimate, private space to just check in and chat and all that good stuff. With tables, they're automatically generated in the lobby based on how many members you have. And they can also be renamed by any host or greeter, which is similar to rooms. But then when you get to rooms, you can have up to 50 participants.
Hmm.
And they are added to the lobby during the event creation process. So you can add them yourself and
Do you want me to show that real
can.
quick?
Sure. Yeah, that would
Let
be great.
me pull that up real quick. You get to see my lovely dashboard. Oh, come on, Alter Live. We're going to go to that guy. We're going to go to our event and meeting. We're going to go into the Alter Live show. Nope, I did the wrong thing.
Uh-oh.
Go back. That's okay. I hit the wrong button. I forgot to hit edit, just like that. There we go.
Dang it.
So we wanted to set up, what did we want to set up?
We wanted to show how they can be added to the lobby during the event creation process. So
Right.
you can choose how many rooms you want and you can name them. And rooms, what's great about rooms is that they can be used for anything. And since they have up to 50 participants, you can have a lot of
Actually,
uses for them.
here's something new. We keep adding more and
Oh,
more.
yeah.
I just found this out yesterday during the conference. We can have up to 500 people in each room.
Well,
Yeah.
there we
And
go.
and we can actually manually assign how many rows and tables that we want to use. So it'll automatically generate, so but you can actually, like, I can go in here and say I want 40 rows and tables available, and it'll do that in the event and in the lobby. This is brand new to me too.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
Some
So,
updates live, people. That's awesome.
oh, we should be doing patch notes.
I know. Um, so where were we? Oh yes. Why don't we go to a room to show the lovely viewers what it looks like.
I
Okay,
would
let me
love
go
to.
into myself.
So I just
Okay,
went
are
to
you
the
gonna
prayer
go in
room.
our room? There we go.
Hold on, mine might not load because I am doing 14 different things at once with my camera. So there's Maeve.
There we go.
And there we are. I'm in. Whoop.
Great. So as you can see, it looks very, very similar to a regular video conference. But the nice thing about rooms is that they can stay, they won't go away. They're not the meetings that will end and go away and you'll have to make a new one. Like you can make it so rooms stay in the lobby every time you log into an Alter Live event. But now we know about rooms. What do we do for them? Like, what do we do with them? What are the ways you can use them besides like the obvious ones? Okay, we need like a classroom. Like, what are the best ways to use rooms to maximize your Alter Live experience? So I think from using rooms that classrooms are definitely a must. These are great for any
Hmm.
kind of classroom. Sunday school with kids, Sunday school for adults, any kind of seminar, class, events. Andy, can you think of any?
Yeah, so my favorite thing here, I'm going to move everyone back in. And CRM, this is one of your questions that you had as well. You wanted to know how large the room could be, which we kind of already answered right there. You can have up to 500 people, which is awesome. But you can also move from the event to the room into the lobby as well. So you can't move, unfortunately, you can't move directly to the room just yet. But what you can do is you can move them into the lobby and then say through an announcement or something like that. Here is going to take another 10 seconds. Through an announcement or through a whatever, manually assigning people to the room, you could say, hey, we're going to, these three people, we're going to open a newcomers room. We're going to open so we're in here. Great. This is let me turn the audio off. So we're back in the lobby. I'm going to move everyone back to the lobby. Again, another 10-second countdown, which it helps. We definitely need that. The thing that I, as a digital pastor, love about this is that I can say, "Hey, we're in this table. Oh, cool. I got into a pretty in-depth conversation with Maeve about something. Hey, we don't necessarily want to be out here in public. We don't want to have people that could come in and kind of interrupt some sort of confidential stuff. Why don't you go join me in the prayer room?" And so you just direct them to the rooms tab and say, "Hey, let's go pray together. Let's go be together." You can also one of the things that I have seen happening is that people are using rooms for like kids ministry areas. So after the event, after something is done happening, the kids on their own devices, on their own iPads and own computers and everything can go to the kids ministry area while the adults sit and have an actual conversation, much like what happens in a normal church lobby. So that kind of covers the classroom and events. The Sunday school thing, Maeve, I think is something that's very cool, along with the Bible studies. It saves you as the host. It saves you as the event creator from having to create another meeting or create another event in your dashboard and then forward on a link. You just open up the room and say, "Hey, everybody, we're going to be doing the study of John in this room. Join us after the event happens." Everybody goes to the lobby. You over here in the side over here, you create an announcement and you say, "Go to the John." I can't. Remember the typing thing we were just talking about? The
Yes,
John study
the
room. I'm a
typing
good typer.
anxiety.
And then John study room. And if you wanted to add a button for a link, you could, but then you save this as a draft or you publish it. We're going to put this as modal, which means it's going to pop up. Boom. Now everybody in your thing can say, "Oh, right, I'm going to go to the John study room." Cool. Got it. And then everybody goes to the John study room. Hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah, that's great. And we'll definitely like in the weeks to come, we'll talk about all about announcements and polls and all of those fun features on the side of the screen. But so as we go through this series, all of the features will come together so you can really use the rooms to your best advantage and the rows and the tables. So be patient. We'll it'll be a fun time.
So CRM just answered my second question. Thanks. The main question here. Let's go back to this view so we can actually see what's going on here. All right. CRM says, look, we have a small church with 20. We'd like to discuss in a room together. So CRM, what you would do is just like I said there. Let me go back to, boom, that right there. And you would be in your event. And then once you were done with your event in your church, you would have everybody in the lobby, and then you could show them, the announcement, or you could just basically open the room, and then through that announcement time, or even through your event, just say, hey, let's say your service ended at 11. Hey, everybody, at 11:15, we're going to go to this room and have a Bible study. And that way, everybody's still under that same event link that they were using. So the event started at 10 o'clock or 9:30 or whatever. You got done with your event at 11, and then that same link is still active for everyone to go into that study room. Hopefully that makes sense. Maeve, am I explaining that correctly?
That sounds good to me.
Fantastic. Yeah, so there's that. The other thing that you could do, and this gets a little hairy, and CRM says like Zoom. The thing that we try to do is we try to make things a little bit easier than Zoom. Because what happens with Zoom here, I'm getting freaked out looking at myself in two cameras. What happens with Zoom is that a lot of times people have to send 2 and 3 links around to try to do things. And anytime you add a step, doesn't matter the age or stage of your congregation, anytime you try to add a step to anything else, even if it's just open an email and go to a link, you're going to lose people. And we at Altar Live want to avoid that. We want to keep things as seamless and as easy as possible for you, the host, event creator, pastor, leader, Bible study, small group leader, whatever you're doing, so that you can actually focus on engaging with your people, so that you can actually focus on the thing that makes this important, and that's the person on the other side. And so that's kind of how we take care of it. And CRM popped back up and said, I just have to toot our own horn here. That's great. Look at that. Maeve, we're solving the world's problems right now. One question at a time.
Yes. Send your questions to us. We will answer them.
Absolutely. And this is great too. I can actually move this around like on the fly.
Oh, wow, that's fun.
Yeah, I'm really digging Ecamm right there.
Love Ecamm.
I was sporting their hat all throughout the conference as well. So shout outs to Ecamm.
Love it.
Yeah, actually, we're going to be doing kind of a live thing on Tuesday with Ecamm, and more. Stay tuned to our socials. We'll talk a little bit more about that. Maeve, anything that we're missing here in rooms that you can think of?
I think we're good. I think once you realize that rooms can be used for anything, and they're a great way to, take that community a step further, because you can engage during the event and you can be with each other and watch the event together, but you can also have those conversations after the event. You don't have to immediately leave the link, shut your laptop, go into the lobby, take a table, go into a room. Really, the possibilities are endless.
Endless. I love that.
Endless.
I love it. I love it when people say the possibilities are endless, because what if they're not?
Well, stay tuned.
Cool. Thanks everybody for joining us here on the Altar Live Show. Maeve, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Andy.
You're so welcome. Stay tuned to all of our things. If you ever need any help, any questions, we always see these videos on demand as well. We always see the comments pop up. So if you're watching this on a Friday afternoon in early 2022 and you go, oh, I wonder about this about rooms, throw it in the comments. Maeve or I'll see it. We'll take care of it. CRM, thanks for being here. Everybody else, thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you next time.